And then give it a second because then Instagram always has to delay. There we go. All right, CJ, welcome to the LovePod. I am so excited that you're here today.
I'm excited to be here. I don't know what I've got myself into, so.
I know. I'll try to be gentle. It's nothing too crazy. Will you tell our listeners and viewers, for those who don't know, a little bit about the GOAT?
Okay, so the GOAT is it's the greatest of all time, a house reality where we bring all these different reality stars, much bigger reality stars than me, together, and we all have to compete for the title of the GOAT, doing the most ridiculous, absurd, gross, painful challenges with Daniel Tosh as the host, and we eliminate each other each week. So we just a lot of backstabbing and drama over the dumbest thing you've ever seen. It's God.
I mean, 200K isn't bad for a prize.
I did forget to mention there was $200,000 on the line.
That minor detail. You guys are just competing for a trophy, really. There's no other stakes in the game.
Well, you know what? I was such a little fish. I just was like, there's no shot. I have no chance of winning this.
Oh, please. I watched a little bit of your previous show, FBoy Island, and then I wasn't sure what to expect of the GOAT, but I love House of Villains. And once I saw it was similar, I started watching. You are so funny. We're going to talk about you've done a little bit of stand-up, and I was really rooting for you. I'm still rooting for you, hoping to see you on another show again soon. So what was it like to be in that house with all those other reality stars?
I mean, each day I thought I was going to have a mental breakdown. It was just like so intimidating. And they were so nice, but just like they're pros. They're like these reality pros.
Right.
And even just watching them interact was like, I'm like, I don't belong here. I'm not even supposed to be with these people. And then the cameras, I mean, you can't ever pick your nose. You got no freedom. You can't. And how would you?
There's no bathroom. There's cameras in the bathrooms. They're everywhere.
Well, I guess if you wanted to go out of your way to go to the bathroom, just like in the moment, like, do you pick or do you not pick? Because it is a big decision.
That actually is probably one of the most important decisions you're going to make on reality TV.
It's probably one of the most important decisions I've ever made. Like,
did you catch anyone picking?
No, because they're professionals.
Oh, I mean, yes, but to an extent.
This urge to not pick my nose. Yeah. What was, I don't remember what your question was.
I'd asked you what it was like being with the other cast members in the house. Did you know who everybody was going in?
No. I recognized Reza. I recognized Paula, but she changes her hair so much. And then I fell in love with Alyssa Edwards because it's just like, well, how can you not?
I fell in love with everybody. It was so hard to pick a favorite person because you guys are all so fun.
You fell in love with everybody. Come on.
I'm trying to think if there was anybody. I mean, there are certain shows. I will tell you, there are shows where I'm like, I do not like this person, especially on Love is Blind. And I get to talk to them and they're always so nice. The people with the worst reputations are so nice in person. So I try not to judge because I got to talk to Shake from Love is Blind. And I was like, I am not going to like you and I'm not going to be nice. And he was so nice. And so now it's like.
That's true. I mean, I think it's really important not to judge people based off of one thing because they are different in different circumstances. But, you know, if they're always an asshole, it's just something to know.
Right. Was there anybody, and you don't have to say names, but that appeared very different on TV than they did in person?
In what way?
Like maybe they were an asshole in real life and when the cameras turned on, they were nice or vice versa.
I will say towards the end, like as everyone just got tired, just the more episodes we went on, because it was just, you're exhausted. But like you could start seeing those diva qualities come. I'm not going to name any names, but I'm going to say everybody probably except for Grocery Store Joe, like just kicked it up like a few diva levels. Joe did not.
He always seems to maintain that same level of cool no matter what the situation, because he's been on a few seasons of different Bachelor, you know, the different franchise spinoffs of The Bachelor, and he's always
unbothered.
Yeah, just you get what you get with him.
But I think everyone else, and it's like, I'm pretty consistent. I'm pretty consistent, but I did see the personalities change. And then outside of the show, I think they're generally really nice.
That's good. And I heard from Jason and Tech that you guys have a chat, so everybody still keeps in touch.
Yeah, some people don't respond in the chat though, because they're too good for the chat.
Ooh, are they now? I'm gonna get the tea. Okay. So you've had the chance to work with a couple of different hosts now. You work with Nikki Glazer, you work with Daniel Tosh. What is that like? Because they seem so funny. They seem like so much fun.
It's
legendary. Switch that around. Sorry, I'm trying to switch you to the big screen. There you go.
Oh, good. It's legendary to work with these comics. You have to understand, like, I go to the shows. I'm in the green room. I'm meeting everybody. I mean, for the last like 10 years. So getting to actually do a show with these comedy legends is like, I'm fanning. It makes me nervous. It makes me so nervous.
I have seen some of your stand-up. I watched some clips. How did you get into that? Was that something you went into first, or did reality TV come first?
No, reality TV was always like my plan D.
Okay. Fair enough.
I was like, I think I was turning 30 and I was like, well, we do it now or we don't do it at all. So comedy, I love comedy. I just love the idea, and I still do this. It's like every show that I do, every project I work on, every comedy show, it's like something that's going to make someone else's day better, because you go and you need that relief. You need to focus on something that's not yourself and like laugh or cry or, understand people are feeling what you feel. And so comedy was like, oh, if you can make someone laugh on a bad day, it's such an amazing feeling. If you bomb, just suicidal. Horrible, like existing is not an option.
So you've done the reality thing, you've done stand-up, you've seen these stand-up hosts now come in, which is becoming more popular to have stand-up comedians come in and host these shows. Obviously, Tosh, Nikki, you have Joel McHale on House of Villains. Mm-hmm. And one of the funny things that stood out to me with Daniel was he had described you guys, the herd, as having strength and a lack of life skills to put to the test to earn the title of GOAT. So we know that you have life skills. What are some that you might not expect? You don't. Come on, CJ.
I don't. I honestly, like, it's so sad. I have no life skills. Like all the normal things that I should. I had his. I can't even get into it. He was so. I hurt my feelings because it was absolutely real.
Oh, no, not Tosh hurting your feelings. I heard his fans are brutal too. Have you gotten any comments or any crazy DMs from fans?
You know what? I have someone help me go through and filter, because it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially when you're upset. So I do have a buffer between me and then if there's something that really sticks out. So to be completely honest, I haven't exposed myself to it.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. Even doing a little podcast is kind of scary. So I don't blame you at all.
I feel so tough. Me and my lack of life skills are out here right now trying our best.
I do have a little clip, a little reel from you that I'm going to tease. We'll highlight some of your lack of life skills, but you do have a lot of other skills.
Like
now, was strategy one of them? So you're coming into this house, you know a vague concept of what this show is about. Did you have any plan going in?
Truthfully?
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Okay.
I mean,
I read that you only packed for 5 days.
I did, because I was the truth is I was going to get paid the same if I made it for 3 episodes. If I made it for 1 episode or like 3 episodes or 4, whatever. Well, basically I had to show up, and I go, okay, this will be fun. I'll meet everybody. It'll kick me off. I'll have this experience. And that's not how the cookie crumbled at all for me. And so the plan, after I realized, like, oh God, there's not a lot that you can do here. It's just don't be a target. So that became my strategy, is don't be a target.
But you kind of were once you switched from the women's alliance, and I've never seen alliances break so fast on any other show.
This was not my fault, right? That was not my fault. They turned on Tayshia.
Everybody really turns on everybody on a dime, even though like who you expect. So obviously going in, you see, okay, it looks like there's going to be a Bravo alliance, a Netflix alliance, and then you're kind of coming in on the Netflix alliance because Lauren and met Joey. And then it's like, oh, wait, but then this one made friends with this one. And then this one knows this one and they want to get that one out. My head is spinning so fast, I couldn't keep up. But I really thought Joey was going to be more of a threat. And then he came and tried to make an alliance with you.
Joey was too loud. That's all.
He does have that personality.
Like he was just so like you could just always see him, you could hear his voice booming through the house.
Is he really that loud in person too? Because you didn't see that on the go, at least during the episodes.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's so adorable and lovable, but I think we also didn't know exactly how everything was going to break down. And if it comes down to personality, Joey won the circle based off his personality. You don't want to be up against that in the finale. Like,
of course not.
But like, why take out these people with these beautiful personalities? It really just drove me nuts.
It is interesting the way it played out. I thought Joey was going to try to make a showmance with you and then carry you to the not carry you to the end, but you two to the end, if that would have worked out in his favor. And I feel like we never got to see that love blossom. Would you have
he was so
let Joey shoot his shot? You guys could be married right now.
We could be married right now. I mean, that could have been the healthiest relationship I've ever had, but we'll never know. We're never going to know.
We'll never. It's too late. He might be one of the ones not responding in the group chat. What do you think everybody going in, because you had people from these competition shows and you called out Davon very early. You saw what kind of a game she was playing.
Did I call her early? I didn't mean to.
I mean, compared to you saw her game right away. And while she's making alliances with pretty much everybody and throwing challenges, and maybe that's not in good spirit of the game, but that is very much challenge. It is a very big challenge move. And if nothing else, it gets aired. So maybe it doesn't win you the game. We don't know yet. We don't know how it plays out. But how do you feel about those kind of really strategic game players?
Okay, well, first of all, I didn't know we were even allowed to do that. As far as I know, you follow the rules or you get disqualified. And it was just, of course, it's Tosh. You do whatever you want to do and everything. Like, they just think it's funny. But I'm a little bit like I like the rules. I like order. I like,
Okay. See, that's good. You're organized. You do.
A healthy competition. That's what I want to see. I didn't even realize that we could be, I didn't read Art of War before going into this. Like, I was serving a prison sentence, but Davon did.
Well, Big Brother, obviously big competition show. The challenge is like, I know you said that the competitions were pretty difficult on the GOAT. I know you're not a big reality TV fan, but the challenge, I mean, they are like Olympic athletes now. They just need to do everything and eating disgusting things.
Can I tell you?
Didn't have it that bad. Yes, please
I've never seen either of those shows.
Okay.
Like, I've heard and I've pretended like I know, but to be honest, I don't.
No. Just
I didn't.
If you ever get free time. Yeah. Well, okay. The challenge is like a completely different level because you have to be athletic. You have to be able to eat things. You have to be brave. You have to be strategic. It's crazy. I'm very intimidated even watching the episodes.
What's the prize? What do they get?
There's always a different amount, but it's some sort of monetary amount. And sometimes you can steal the amount from your partner that you've made it all the way through. Yeah, like there's some crazy stuff. So, and maybe that happens on the GOAT. We don't know. Do you think, because there are shows and you're familiar with them where you've had to split prizes or you've had the potential to steal, if you got to the end, would you share with your finalists or would you take the money and run?
Wait, in what context?
If you won your show, whatever show it might be on, maybe the next one, maybe a future one, would you get to the end and if you were presented with the option to take the money or to split it with other finalists, what do you think you would do?
No, I keep it classy.
Okay.
I honor my word. I would for sure split. And I did on F-Boy.
Yeah. I didn't know because there were some DQs in the challenges on the GOAT. So maybe you felt sour about that and felt like it wasn't in the spirit of the game. So all's fair.
That's true.
All right. Why did you want to go home?
I mean, I didn't really want to be there.
Okay.
I mean, just to start, I was like, I'm going to show up. Like, what a cool experience. Like a tourist. Like I was just going to come in. Like it's like a 3-day vacation. I was just like, how fantastic for me. And then, I mean, literally after the first competition, it was so intense. Like people were laughing still and trying to be light, but no, it was really like, oh my God, like stressful, like college, like take some Adderall to get through your finals, stressful,
Really?
like hire someone to take the SATs for you, stressful. I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is not good for my, I go to therapy every week so I could come here and destroy my mental health. I was like, get me out of here. But then,
oh my gosh,
I made this really great discovery, right? And this was, I mean, I don't know if I want to say this. I know I can't.
No, you can.
Okay.
You can tell me. It's just me.
So I won't name names, but there was a certain person that came from Vanderpump who brought some party favors. And then we would all go on these like nature walks.
Okay.
And we had this alliance that was, you guys never saw it, was the Stoners Alliance.
That's my
very weak alliance. Very weak alliance. We couldn't remember shit.
But the happiest alliance there ever could be.
It was really joyful. It was, we would honestly, and the property was huge. So we'd walk around with an apple because we were in Atlanta and we couldn't do anything. The producers would yell, like chase us down, yell at us.
I forgot it. It didn't film in LA. I forgot that. Okay.
And so we had this little apple, and then they stopped giving us apples because they realized what we were using the apples for. So then we had to hold on to the same crusty apple. I mean, there were ants. Like Paola's like blowing them off. She's like, I'm just gonna have some ants today. Like I'm vegan and I definitely had some ants.
Oh no.
But and so I did want to go home. I did, but then I was able to kind of regulate myself with our nature walks. And then at a certain point, I was like, get me the fuck out of here. And I actually broke out. Like I snuck out. Like I distracted.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Yeah. Everyone else was so afraid of being like disqualified. I'm like, there's nothing in a challenge you can do to get disqualified. Me breaking out off of the set. Like, are they really what are they gonna do? And they were like, CJ, you can't keep breaking out. And then I had to negotiate more of my nature walks in exchange for me not escaping.
I'm surprised they didn't put like an ankle monitor on you to make sure they could find you at all times.
No, they just slowed me down with my nature walks. They're just like, make her calm down.
If she's high, she can't run that fast.
Yeah, he's taking a nap. But look at my interviews, because it's like you could just look at my little eyes. I'm saying the dumbest thing you've ever heard on the show. I'm like, can anyone tell? Can anyone tell? And then I realize people can't tell. And I'm like, oh, please, no, that's not how I normally am. Like, look at my little eyes, though. I'm flying. I'm not even in this universe.
Especially because we don't know you. So this is the first time people are seeing you on TV. They just think that's how you normally are. So
that's great.
You're just very laid back and loosey-goosey. We can't see the anxiety going on behind the scenes.
There's not even thoughts in my head.
Completely blank. Besides your nature walks, was there anything that you wish they would have shown on, that we didn't get to see?
The breakouts were pretty funny. What else could you? I think people could have seen more of us like actually having like our days off. We would hang out, we'd watch movies together. Certain people would kind of like not include themselves in the like kind of like friend bonding thing, but it was what kind of balanced us. And with the gays upstairs with the gays, they were so funny. They would roast each other. They would do these like little dance offs, and it was just like. I'm like, we had cameras. Like, how is no one, like, I can't believe none of that came out, because it was like the funnest summer camp experience. And I was just kind of like, what is it? Like a little fly on the wall.
I really hope, besides getting a second season, I would like to be able to see like a behind the scenes stream. I always have all these ideas that never come to fruition, but where we can see you guys interacting, because we miss all that. We want to see that too.
We had a lot of, I mean, the Stoners Alliance, like we had some really good laughs. I mean, we had some really good, actually, it's so funny. I have all these videos that I took and I'm watching them back. I'm like, I don't know if anyone's okay with me posting this. So I can't, maybe a story post. Maybe I'll post one on my story after this. I'll post one on my
have to. Please do. Please. Okay, we're going to play some games and you'll have an opportunity to choose some truth or dare. So maybe we can sneak it in that way, because if I dare you, you got to do it. Now, did you really have to, as people left, I'm trying not to give any spoilers for anybody, but as people left, did you guys really have to melt down golden goats, or did you guys get to keep them? What happens with those?
They wouldn't let us keep the goat.
That's it? It's just
no, they have.
That's wrong.
It was wrong. We all wanted it.
Did you? So we have, they're not the exact Love is Blind glasses, but Love is Blind has these gold blind glasses. I don't know if I can get it on camera. There we go. With my fake background. So we asked the cast, because they use them in every scene, like, do you get to keep the glasses? And they said no. So we started sending them out to the cast. Whoa. Did you guys get any kind of souvenirs or anything like that?
Well, no, not really. At the premiere, they had like a little map thing, and if you did certain challenges, then you could like get like a goat and engrave your name on it. And I was not interested in competing anymore. I was like, you have me doing no more challenge. So I had like my friends that came to support me, and they have goats with their names on it, but I don't.
That's wrong. Maybe I'll look and see if I can maybe find some. And if I can find some, I'm going to get you, Tech, and Jason, who've all been on the show, your own goats, because you should have them. There's no reason why not.
I don't like, wouldn't they want, like, it's a lot of there's a lot of time for no goat, I'll tell you.
It really is. I mean, if you've got 14 of you in there, I think, to begin with, only one person can win the money as far as we know, and not even a little statue, it ain't right. I'll see what I can do. I'll see who I can talk to.
See what can happen.
Now, another thing I love about you is you're a huge animal activist. You foster, you're a vegan. So what really drew you to animals in that cause?
Oh my gosh. When I was like a little girl, I would see the worms in the sidewalk, and I wouldn't go to school until I saved every worm with a stick. I couldn't. I didn't want to touch them because they're gross, but I would get a little stick and I would scoop each one. I would have a meltdown if I had to leave any of them. So I was just very sensitive, and I loved animals. I was bullied by the vegan influencers when I was like maybe like, I don't know, like 5 to 6 years ago. They were like, join the vegan influencers, like, you don't want to hurt animals. And I was like, oh, no, I don't, but I'm vegetarian. They go, no, but be vegan. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just did it, and it wasn't that hard. And I like that I can make a little impact. And then as far as like the animals go, I got a foster dog who had cancer. And she had these big masses on her. I guess she had breast cancer from being overbred. And I was going to just do her hospice, if nothing else, just because she was this really sweet Chihuahua mix. I think Chihuahua Corgi. And she just had these little eyes that were just like, don't hurt me. And so I went with her for 2 months. I was working with the Yogi's house. They paid, $5,000 in medical bills for this dog. And they removed the cancer, and she was declared cancer-free and in remission like 2 weeks ago. And then last week I brought her to her forever home, which was like, it tore. I couldn't get out of bed for 2 days. I was just beside myself. And she's like living her best life now. But man, I'm such a softie for the animals.
Was that your first foster experience?
And I didn't fail.
Good job. I always felt I did hospice foster for a while as well. And I ended up adopting 2 of my 3. Yeah, I can't do it anymore because I'm the worst. I'm like, no, I'll keep them. No, I'll keep them. Mm-hmm.
You're hardcore. That's so amazing.
Girl.
Like that's like people like that's like a little piece of your spirit that you're giving to try to help something else. It's so beautiful.
But it's so rewarding. I mean, I was very active in rescue, and so I know all the ways to get involved. But do you have any suggestions for people how they can get involved if they're interested but don't know more about it?
Okay, the first thing is to do not go buy a dog. Don't buy. You have that memory in your head of your childhood dog. Don't buy, because you can find it. You can DM me. I'm looking for this dog. We can find it through any of these other organizations.
Yes.
Anywhere. So I just encourage everybody. The best thing you can do is don't purchase a dog. And it's like the love that you can get from saving an animal is very, very gratifying. And I think more so than if you buy the dog. And sometimes they have a lot of health issues because they shouldn't be bred like that. So yeah, that's the first thing that you could really do to really help the animals.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion. And I think people don't know there are breed specific rescues for any breed of dog you could possibly imagine. I mean, I think it was a really generous offer. You said that you will help somebody find a dog. I am happy to do the same. We are working with, I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot. We're working with the cast of Love is Blind on July 27th. We are doing a trivia fundraiser to fundraise for the winning season's pet charity of choice. So I would love to get you involved if maybe you want to donate a cameo or come hang out with us. We would love to have you in any capacity. And then all the proceeds are going to whichever season wins, they get to pick the pet charity. So we would love to have you on board.
I'm in. Anything to do with
Yay! That's so exciting. Thank you. Now you have, I think, 2 dogs of your own, right? And then did I see a squirrel on your Instagram somewhere as well?
Henry. Yeah. I have a squirrel named Henry. He's so fat. I don't know what happened. He's gotten really out of control. And I was actually I was talking to my neighbor and she was like, oh, it's crazy. You have a squirrel. I have a squirrel too. I'm like, what's your squirrel's name? And she goes, oh, my squirrel's named Bruce. And I go, that's weird. Mine's named Henry. And then we start describing it. And he's been 2-timing us. He's just going.
It's Henry / Bruce,
or Bruce / Henry. Yeah.
Or Bruce / Henry. Oh man.
And then there was a group chat because all the neighbors know about Bruce Henry now. And one of the neighbors was like, "Hey, my car, the wires got eaten by
no.
I have thousands of dollars repairs from Henry." And I was sitting there livid. I was just like, first of all, there's no reason in the world Henry would have to do this. Henry is pampered and spoiled. And I call my other neighbor and I go, what are we going to do? We can't let her talk about our squirrel like this. And so I messaged back. I was like, you know what? That really doesn't sound like Bruce Henry, but I'm happy to do whatever you need, to humanely deal with this. But that wasn't.
Oh my goodness. He's playing you. He is playing you.
But in addition to Henry, I found a squirrel. It was driving on Rodeo, and it fell. A baby squirrel fell out of its nest into the street.
Of course it did.
Out of my car. I abandoned my car. You have to know. I just left the car in the street. I ran out. I picked up the same way. It's fine. I don't know what it is, by the way. It's so little. I have no idea what I'm grabbing. I pick up this thing, hoping not to get rabies. And I'm in Beverly Hills on Rodeo now with a rodent. And now I'm knocking on doors to try to find a box or something because I don't know what to do. And it's fighting me. And this woman, I actually think she's getting robbed. She gives me a box. She's like, okay. I take this thing home. Guys do not love when you come home with rodents. It's not a big turn on at all. And so I tried to go back to reunite the squirrel with its mom. Maybe, she was gone. No, I found 2 more squirrels. And so
oh God.
I took all the squirrels home, and then one of them bit my fiance's mother, and he had to go to 5 hospitals, and it was a $50,000 bill. You can't have squirrels anymore. And our relationship is not doing well. So I wouldn't recommend squirrel rescue to anybody.
What happened to Bruce? Are you allowed to still feed Bruce Henry?
Dude, no, of course not.
No, I was wondering why I haven't seen him in your feed in a while.
Yeah, we have a lot of issues.
Oh, CJ, what are we going to do with you?
Well, I'm just really counting on that other neighbor. She has a vegetable garden. She has a vegetable garden. So.
Oh, that's good. So now he'll just rip up her garden, and then maybe your car wires because you're not feeding him anymore.
Who does? That's not a squirrel. A squirrel. That sounds like a rat, to be honest.
It does. We have pack rats here in Arizona, and we have to have some like specific device in our cars so that it doesn't kill them. It doesn't. No, it's like a blinking light kind of a thing. It's like a strobe light that I don't know, gives them a seizure or something. I don't know exactly what it does. But you put it in your car every 6 months and it keeps
so specific.
It really is. It's called Rit-A-Rat. If anybody moves to Arizona or any other desert area, here's a tip. Get yourself a Rit-A-Rat or you're not going to have a car in 6 months. But
it's the humane solution, right? It's like the most thing that you could do.
It doesn't hurt them. It doesn't, I don't think it stuns them. It just deters them because they don't like the blinking light, I guess. I don't know the science behind it, but it was the most humane option available to still have a vehicle. And on that note, speaking of humane, we have this lovely little slide presentation that I am going to do right now. I am pulling up some of your Instagram pictures.
Oh.
So I went way back into the archives of your Instagram feed, and I pulled some pictures, I pulled some video clips, and I just want to have you explain for anybody who's not watching, maybe listening, what the picture is of, and then maybe a little backstory about it.
Okay, so this was at Kindred Spirits. This is once I was with my vegan influencers. This was an event with PETA, and we went to this animal sanctuary for Thanksgiving, and they made us a vegan meal, and I got to pet the goats. This one rammed me a little bit in the stomach, but we made up.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's what they do. They're wild animals. Like, yeah, I mean, they're domesticated, but you let the goat.
Yeah, you just don't know.
I should post it again, though. I can't believe you found this little gem.
You should. This was from, I think, 2018. So the goat with the goat. And then I had to share this one because it cracked me up. It says, there's no one I have less in common with than me who wrote my Facebook statuses circa 2008.
Oh my gosh.
What is your most memorable, embarrassing Facebook status?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's probably like lyrics from Drake that I thought were innovative and like really related to me specifically. Like,
yes, he wrote them he actually called me before the show and he said that song that you were listening to, I wrote it about CJ, so let her know. All right. Who's this little one?
Oh my God, I'm looking at him right now. Okay, this is baby Milo. This is my dog. I think it was like the first, maybe the first day I got him. He was a rescue. He was a girl was given my dog as a gift, which is a terrible gift. Obviously, a dog is a gift. And so we had to rehome him, and he has one blue eye, one brown eye. He was so stinking cute, and that was the first day. And he's been just so pampered and spoiled ever since. But he used to go to college with me. I would bring him in that purse.
Yeah. Oh, so cute. That's actually I think your first Instagram picture that you ever posted. Oh, so I had to share the baby. Yeah.
2013. Oh my God, he's getting so old. Oh
no, don't say that because my baby boy just turned 10 in December. And we just had his annual checkup, and he has some issues we have to address. But we're not gonna. Yeah, it's all right. He's a retired service dog, and so he's been there for me through a lot, and he's really the inspiration behind all like the animal rescue stuff, and really getting involved with the cast and trying to do that. So they're not old. They're still full of lots of years to go. My last hospice foster was about 17 when he passed, and he was like 80 pounds. So yeah.
Really? That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I got him when he was 11, and they're like, he's going to die any day. And I'm like, okay. No. All right. Okay. Let's play some videos for you. I wanna please you, no matter how long it takes, if the world should end tomorrow. Okay, so tell us about this one.
I just do dumb shit sometimes. I can't. This is so embarrassing. What is
CJ, I had to do it.
What
I had to. I'm sorry. You're
You're
promoting pet adoption. Are you doing okay over there?
I'm dying. I mean, I'm actually dying.
You did. And
I
it looks like
though. And my dog, yeah, she didn't seem to care.
Is that one Mango? Is that the
Mango, yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up. Oh no, my mouse. There we go.
Freaking out, and I was like, "Oh my God, don't worry, I don't use this thing." If you can't tell, I love Miami.
Okay, so a little clip from your stand-up.
This was the first stand-up comedy show that I ever did. And I had the best time. This is with Pretty Funny Women, this comedy group. They booked me at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room. I've done a lot of shows with them. I've done shows with them in San Diego too. And this was like a great crowd because it was a lot of my friends and, you know, my fans. So they got my little humor, and Miami was popular at the time. I did a lot of jokes back then about being dumb.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, you know, with my lack of life skills, I mean, it kind of works. I've been trying to do other jokes.
Let's see. Speaking of lack, I think I pulled the right. What is happening here? Speaking of lack of life skills.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing a bikini and a beanie, so you know that I'm high. I'm trying to cook, and I don't know how to make pasta, so the pasta is caught on fire. The pasta caught on fire, and as much as I'm an environmentalist, I use a flavored bottled water to put out.
Yeah, you really took one for the team there. It's okay. It's better than starting a forest fire.
This wasn't fake at all, though. I was actually trying to do something here, and it just went very, very badly for me. No makeup. There's no lighting. There's no makeup. This was not a planned video.
I mean, you with no makeup is like Heidi Klum, you know, like just you can't. I told a friend of mine, I was like, I'm interviewing CJ Franco, and I sent him your Instagram link, and he was like, "Are you going to get ready?" And I was like, I am ready. And he's like, okay, have fun. So thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
Oh my gosh.
Now we have one last video, then we'll have some fan questions. If anybody else has questions that they'd like to submit, please do so on our live stream. Be kind, because this is the LovePod, and then we'll play some games. So this one,
I'm so horrified.
You're good.
I'm
You're
CJ
good.
Franco, and we are here watching the first episode of The Goat. You're the mayor.
The mayor
And the mama.
and the mama.
Okay. So a little not too long ago throwback of you and Jill Zarin. What was it like watching yourselves back?
Oh my gosh. Jill is so much fun to watch TV with. We watched and recapped episode 1 of The Goat in my backyard.
In your backyard?
Yes. Yeah. And
Okay.
you can see squirrel. If you watch the video, you can see squirrel. You can see Henry in the background.
Oh, Henry's like, I'm hungry, Mom. Please feed me.
What is this? And no, we were recapping the episode and just the way that we have interpreted things differently. And since filming this, Jill and I have been talking about just how we didn't see things the same way during filming and then afterwards.
Right.
But her and I think we got along the best out of everybody.
Okay.
Like especially the women. And so I love Jill. I love hanging out with Jill. And she's you know, she might ask for specific shaped ice. You know, it's just the kind of like this.
I am also from New York, so I know some people like that. And that is all I'll say about that. Let us move on to some fan questions. We asked the Reddit, Facebook, and Instagram communities to ask you some questions. We picked our favorite ones, and now we're going to ask. So The first one was, were you surprised by any of the stars that were on the show? And that is from Amelia on Facebook.
Was I surprised? I think I was surprised to see Lauren from Love is Blind.
Okay.
Because I was actually a fan of Lauren. I completely forgot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Joey. I was a fan of both of them actually.
Okay. So you do watch some reality TV.
I watch like uplifting reality TV.
Well, Love is Blind has its moments.
Season 1.
Now, I totally forgot to put the person's name, so I apologize. If you ask this question and you want credit, please let me know, and I'll make a totally separate post for you. Was there any drama that didn't air that you wish they showed?
I mean, Justin and Davon's fight.
Okay.
Was so dramatic in the house. It was very polarizing. And it was very unclear what it was about. And at the time, I did not want to get involved because I was with the Girls Alliance. I was, best friends with Justin. And so Davon was crying in a bathroom about whatever Justin had said. But as far as I could hear, Justin just said, I don't want to play I'm a real person and be a real person. That's as far as I kind of heard. Nobody really wanted to get involved. And Davon kept saying, oh, you'll see when it comes out. You'll see what really happened. And, you're going to want to have taken my side on this. And I was like, I can't understand.
Sure.
But as far as I can see, he just didn't like how she was playing the game and he was direct. So I don't know if there was anything else to be seen, but I would have liked to know why she hated Justin so much. Why did he you can have different views from people and still not.
Yeah, absolutely. There were some low blows. I mean, it really felt like Bravo for a while, especially when Kristen left and her and Justin had that tiff. I was surprised by the commentary that came out of some people's mouths about each other.
Well, okay. There could have been more explained in that. I'm gentle with this topic because I know it's we always want to be sensitive and people, God, how do I say this? Basically, Kristen was mad at me because I'm not a feminist or something.
Right. Of course.
Of course. But of course, something's wrong. She was upset with me and she told Justin oh no, I love you. And she's specifically mad at me and or I'm the worst person or whatever. And Justin responded, girl, you don't love anything but the bottle.
Right.
If you had hung out upstairs in the room with the guys, all they did was roast each other like this. This is how they spoke. It was very funny.
Okay.
It's bigger than life. And I think all he was saying is, you don't really love me. You're just saying that. But it was pretty, it was pretty harsh.
Yeah, it was. It definitely did not come across as my favorite moment on the show. Let's say that.
No. I mean, God, I'm not trying to get those Vanderpump people mad at me.
No, it's okay. I will say we have a live question. We've got some of our pod friends tuning in right now. So from Positively Uncensored, hello. She said, you were my favorite on F-Boy Island. I was sad to see you not aligned with the girls. Do you think they were not a smart move to pair up with?
Wait, come one more time.
Okay. I was reading this live, so it doesn't make the most sense. My bad.
No, you're good.
PJ, you were my favorite on F-Boy Island. I was sad to see you not aligned with the girls.
Oh.
Do you think that they were not smart to pair up with?
Well, I thought the Girls Alliance was a dumb idea because it's just gender is not how you should group things. It's like when you're in elementary school and it's the boys and the girls. We don't even have the boys and the girls bathrooms anymore. So the segregation isn't really very current. I think that's kind of an old-fashioned way to do things just to start with. It's also, a dumb idea. And thirdly, they voted out Tayshia episode 2. So I don't know what Girls Alliance there was. I don't know what we're referring to when you're asking me that, because if you could ask any of the other girls why they voted out Tayshia, and then come talk to me about being a feminist in the Girls Alliance.
You know, when I saw, that's always like the natural, I'll say, dividing line is like girls versus guys, battle of the sexes kind of a thing. And it never makes sense to me, because even Davon, Wendell, who were kind of like alliance leaders in some ways, know how that plays out on their shows. And then they come in and do it again. And they're smart. Everybody is smart. I don't get the gender-based alliances.
Well, I mean, okay, if you even really break down how the female alliance could have worked, there's 14 people on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, girls all stick together so that we make it to the final 7 together, essentially. And then you start picking off your least favorite girl and go from there. So let's say we were able to do that. I did better than that. So
yeah, it really fell apart
really
quickly.
That wasn't it either. I just don't see how the math on that's not mathing.
It doesn't. And I don't know if people just aren't thinking it long term, or like you said, nobody really knew going in how strategic it was going to get, but I agree with you. Now, of the remaining contestants, excluding yourself, there's a new episode that came out today. Who do you think should win? And that was from Iva ORN on Reddit.
Who do I think should win?
Mm-hmm.
Of the remaining contestants?
Of the remaining contestants. We'll give a spoiler alert here, because obviously to answer this question,
I can't do it like this, because I have to share this, and because this actually wasn't included. Episode 2, you see that I have a really beautiful moment with Justin. I'm, really his struggles and the things that he's been through. I have my dad and my stepdad who've been together for 23 years. And in that conversation, what you guys don't hear, you see I'm like crying, he's crying, I'm telling him I understand some of the struggles he's been through, and how proud I am of him. And in that conversation, I'm saying to him, which the producers did not like and they didn't include, that I thought that he should win the game and I was going to help him get to the end of the game, because that's the kind of leader that I want to see. Obviously, this predated the Kristen thing.
Sure, understandable.
I was like, I thought it was just so that there was nobody that I wanted to see win more than Justin.
Okay. How is the GOAT different from F-Boy Island? And that is from Venus Amari.
It's the same producers, so there are a lot of parallels. It felt right at home. I felt like it was right amongst my peers. Same people that I worked with, same people interviewing me. But it's different because I'm on the other end, and I know what I put those poor guys through now. My little heart beating every elimination. Like, before having to pick people off, it's like you're like, oh my gosh, like you feel bad. I mean, I didn't feel as bad as other people felt, but I still felt some, like, I'm not like a sociopath, but I felt some degree of empathy. On the other end, you're just like, like panic. It's just like full panic. It doesn't feel great.
Oof. I don't know that I could do it. I filled out one reality application. That was enough. Okay, we'll take one last fan question, and then we're going to move on to a game, because I like to play games, and this is my podcast. Okay, from Positively Uncensored. 2 reasons. 1, what makes Tosh a good host, and 2, what makes him a not so great host.
What makes Tosh a great host? He has an earpiece in, right? So they have it kind of worked out what he's gonna say. Of course, you gotta have some structure. But I would hear him be like, no, I'm just gonna try something. And then he would start laughing before he said anything, just start cracking himself up. And then he would say like some comedic gold. And you're like, whoa, this guy's like, he's like a genius. He's a comedic genius. And that was pretty badass to watch somebody like in their craft, working live, improvising, when you obviously have great writers, funny people to, give the prompts, and getting to see that he was like, no, we'll do something, we'll improv. And it's amazing. What makes him not such a good host is that I was supposed to get cast for Tosh Point oh back in like 2012 or something like that. And I was on hold for 2 years, and I never got pulled in. It was like as a model doing something stupid. They had me on hold, never used me. I was devastated. So I confronted Tosh, episode 1. I was like, hey, dude, what happened? You had me on hold. And he just denies it. He says he has no recollection. But like, why would he? He was not involved in that part.
Yeah, he wasn't the one. Yeah.
He's no awareness. But he didn't ever, try to make it up to me. So I'd say that's where he has fallen short with his hosting.
Well, we have him here today. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have him here. Okay, I'm going to give you a choice of game now. We have quite a few. So you let me know which one you want to play. We have icebreakers, which just general get to know you questions that people might not know about you. Pick a partner, which is where we give you various scenarios, like who would you want to go shopping with from your cast? And you're picking a castmate from The GOAT. Never have I ever, and would you rather? Self-explanatory, I hope. Or truths or dares. 2 completely different games.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what was the cast one? I kind of want to see who I would do things.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So pick a cast member from The GOAT to play you in a movie or show.
Tasha.
Okay. Why Tasha?
Because Tasha is like a nicer version of me. She's beautiful. She's kind. And we're similar enough. We can be a similar type. Yeah.
Okay. Who was the last cast member to make you genuinely laugh?
The last cast member to make me laugh is Reza.
Okay.
There's nothing Reza says in his interviews that is not hilarious. And we're in a group message. Him, Justin, and I are in a group message right now too, sending some of our videos and things back and forth and talking about how we did our own show. So yeah, Rez.
I would watch that. I want to see the spinoffs of all these shows where the behind the scenes we didn't get just continues on and you guys just move in together, real world style. Pick a cast member you would run for office with.
Jesus. Run for office. Oh, God. Everyone just has their scandals that would just kind of eliminate them in just that way. If I was running.
Oh, please. Scandals aren't stopping politicians these days.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, maybe Joe. I think we would just align with our values. I think we could have like, yeah, would we win? I don't know, but
that's okay. It's not
we made.
Pick a cast member you would want to live with. Oops.
Jill. I want to live with Jill. I want to move me in with a housewife.
Okay. Now I heard that Jason did a lot of cooking on the show instead of you guys having catering. Was Jill pretty good in the kitchen too?
Oh, they were both great. But Chef, he was cooking up a storm and he would make me a vegan dish in addition to everything.
I heard. Yeah, that's so sweet. He said he knew what everybody liked for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, he went out of his way to be inclusive and accommodating and helpful. And it was also, I think, a pretty smart game move because no one wants to get rid of the person that's taking care of them. No.
Right? I asked if that was strategy because that's
for
a lot of extra work.
But it's also like you needed something to do. Otherwise, you would just be like, going.
Do they give you guys activities like puzzles or books or something? Or are they like entertain yourselves by talking?
We had some things. Like Jenga. How much Jenga can you possibly do though?
That's true. Jeremy from Love is Blind says scandals get ratings. And I have no clue what he's talking about. And I know he does not know about this firsthand because he definitely did not win biggest villain of his season on our superlative awards. So hello to Jeremy. Pick somebody to survive a zombie apocalypse with.
Zombie apocalypse?
Mm-hmm.
I want Joey. I think Wendell could build us like something really safe and sturdy. But I think Joey would be teaching me how to be a zombie with them you know. Very strong
Okay. Acting like a zombie.
No, CJ.
What was that? Your Joey impersonation?
Yeah, it was.
That was something. Hi, baby. My dog's coming up to say hi now too.
Oh my gosh.
Pick somebody. I don't think the banner's going to come up, but to switch bodies with for a day. There we go.
Somebody to switch bodies with for a day. Ooh. Who would I switch bodies with? I mean, it would have to be like someone that they have to be doing. Oh, I mean, Justin. Okay. Yeah, I want to do a show. I want to have the Zaza. I want to be
I like it.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll do one last one. Pick someone to switch lives with.
I think Jill Zarin. It has to be Jill. I mean, she sent me a picture yesterday of her and her 95-year-old father. And she looks so happy. They're so sweet. She's like, it looks like she genuinely has like a happy, full, well-rounded life. And I think that's what I'm the most envious of, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Now, in the spirit of our favorite spirit sister, Steffi from the Circle, I have these lovely spirit animal oracle deck cards. Are you into tarot or astrology at all?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Pick a number between 1 and 54.
4.
4. Thank you for picking a low number because I usually ask at the beginning and sometimes I forget and have to count very awkwardly for like 30 seconds. Okay. So I am going to read you this card. It is the Beaver of Balance. I'll send you a picture and you just tell me if it applies to you at all or if you can relate to it. You are being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. Anything?
I mean, I don't. Is this your thing?
I just thought it would be fun to do something that we could do over Zoom. I will say we've done this probably about a dozen times now. Out of the dozen, previously, only one has not applied, at least that I've been told publicly. They may feel differently off camera. Who knows? Okay. It doesn't have to apply. It could be nothing. It could be absolutely nothing.
No, you know what? I do relate to this. It's just really personal for me. And I guess I'll share it with you. I'm putting it all out there. So recently I got a bikini wax. Okay.
Oh God. You're so brave. You were so brave.
And I thought what would be really fun is like to bring back the landing strip.
Okay.
So I've been working tirelessly to maintain those landing, which by the way, nobody's looking at, nobody sees. It's just like an ornamental thing for me. And so when you said the beaver, I was like,
did you think that was like an intentional?
I felt
like I met with your waxer. I just following you around town.
How would you know?
I did. I was when those squirrels fell out of the tree. That was me trying to see what you were up to, CJ. Yeah, that's what I did. Anything for the bit. You gotta we
gotta go the distance. But yeah, no. So I have a landing strip.
Will we see you on reality TV again anytime soon, or TV in general? I'm gonna not. No, you will not see me on reality show. If you do, never again.
It's just like I said, I wouldn't do another show after F-Boy. When you give birth, I've heard. I can't speak from experience.
Yeah.
When you give birth, it's like the most traumatic thing your body can experience, right? And then like these like hormones or something come over you and you don't remember. And so people do it again. And that's the only way that we survived this far as just like humans, right?
I've heard, yeah.
So it's like exactly the same with reality TV where you do it traumatized, painful, disgusting. And then, you forget and then you do another show. So in this moment, I'll tell you, I'm not doing the show, but I've said that before. I do have an audition though. I'm so excited for this week for an action movie where they want me to cut off my hair and dye it a vibrant color. So, I mean,
like for the audition or for the movie itself?
For the movie.
Okay. So if we see you with dyed hair, does that?
Short dyed hair.
Okay.
If you see me with a colored pixie, know that things worked out for me. But yeah, that's something I love doing, like fight choreography and like stunts and things that like really, really push me. And it makes me like, it just kind of balances things out too. So please don't let me do another reality show. You guys don't let me do it.
I'll save this. I'll just clip this little section right here and I'll send it to you. And anytime I hear like whispers in the reality community, I'll just, slide it into your DMs.
You're like, hey, bitch, do you remember what you said on June 14th?
June 14th at 4:40 p.m. You said you would not do this again. I cannot in good conscience allow it. No more, CJ.
You gotta stop.
Well, we do hope to see you on our screens again. Where can we, and I'm going to put up a little thing too, but tell us where we can follow you, where we should look out for you, and whatever you want to promote. The floor is yours.
You can find me on Instagram at CJ Franco, and then also on YouTube we have some reaction videos. I did one with Jill Zarin, I did one with Justin or Alyssa Edwards, and that's YouTube CJ Franco. It's just my name.
We'll put the link in the show notes and we'll post it online too. CJ, thank you again so much for coming on. You were hilarious. I had so much fun. Dude, I'm going to make sure the rest of the squirrels are okay.
You had me crying with the squirrel. I'm in such rare form. Thank you so much. You made my day.
Thank you. We'll see you soon. And I'll send you information about the trivia event.
No, do please. I love the animals. I'm totally in.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.